Welcome to the Her Sweet Spot Experience, dishing out tips and tricks on mindset, money, marketing, and media for your life and business, and where we talk to women about how they found their sweet spot.
Hey, sweet mates, it's me, Marsha Guerriere, founder of Her Sweet Spot and your host of the Her Sweet Spot podcast, where I bring you amazing guests and tips and tricks, what I like to call the sweet tea in mindset, money, marketing, and media. And this week's sweet tea is all about media. Let's talk about the value of public speaking. Let's get into it. So, public speaking is frightening for mostly everybody. I don't care at what level, how often you speak. Most speakers that I speak to, even the most experienced speakers, tell me they have fear every time they have to step on a stage, right? Or rock the mic. You don't feel comfortable standing in front of a bunch of people and taking responsibility for all the attention you'll receive in the room. That is awkward. And if you love that, then you're weird. However, public speaking skills are incredibly valuable, right? Not only are you admired for sharing great information or for your storytelling abilities, I love a good storyteller, but it can also do amazing things for your career or your business. People think that public speaking are for entrepreneurs or people in business, but let me tell you, hunty, many people have advanced in their career and have catapulted themselves in leadership roles because of public speaking and becoming what is now thought of as thought leaders, right? When you can communicate effectively to a group, you grow your thought leadership and become an in-demand speaker, right? And not every person with great information to share are good public speakers. Let me just put that out there. Hello. Okay, not everybody. Use these tips and learn to speak effectively to a large group of people, whether it is at work, in a meeting, or if you are really trying to add public speaking to one of those streams of revenue that are out there to be had. Number one, be prepared. You'll feel more confident and comfortable if you're prepared. The best way to combat nervousness is to know your speech forwards and backwards. I worked with a speech coach, Rhonda Khan, the amazing Rhonda Khan. She is phenomenal. She has a group called the Catalyst Academy. You guys look up Rhonda Khan, last name Khan. She's phenomenal. She would really help me become confident and really taught me how to memorize my speeches. And it's not about memorizing word for word, right? You got to give yourself enough time to prepare properly, get organized, and get started well before you have to speak. I can't say this enough. I have a problem when it comes to public speaking. But when I prepare myself far in advance, I am confident about the subject. I pick subjects that I'm actually passionate about and confident about speaking. And I know right away, I will do a phenomenal job. And the minute you start talking and the value and the information becomes to pour out of you, woo, it changes everything. Number two, make the information more important than yourself. Can I say it again? Make the information more important than yourself. Understand that in most cases, people aren't there to watch you. Nah, they're there to get the deets on what you have to talk about. They're there for the information you're providing. Focusing on giving the best possible information will be what sets you apart from speakers that are just there for notoriety. If you can do that, your worries about public speaking skills, your own public speaking skills, will take a back seat. Put the people first. Put the content first. Put the information first. Know your content and be prepared. Let's go back. Know your content and be prepared. Two key things to really helping you improve your public speaking and why public speaking is so valuable. Number three, Keep it simple. You ever heard the saying, keep it simple, stupid? Keep it simple. When you first learning to be a public speaker, you try to cram too much information in too little bit of time. Cut down, splice down the type of information you have, especially when people say they give you so much time. And that's why the TED Talk model in 18 minutes or less is so key, because you can get really great information when it is succinct and when you can deliver it. People retain things more. Right? There are charts, graphs, and other visual aids out there that'll help you share information in your talk, right? If you're using presentation style speaking, determine the most important facts you need to convey and focus on those. That is the intent and the purpose of TEDx, and why they lean in on that 18 minutes or less talk. A well-prepared, simple speech that covers the critical information is better than a complicated speech with all the bells and whistles. A speech should be contained to the most relevant material. Hello, you want to give people a reason to come back to you after that talk, right? You want people to come to you and engage with you. That's how you build your network. That's how you build your Rolodex of people that know, like, and trust you. You need to get them back into your own ecosystem. And so giving them the most important information and giving them space to let them know that there's more information out there to be had will have them coming back to you to see what more you can share. All right, number 4, imagine you're an audience member. Put yourself in the seat, right? I know they say, look at the audience naked, but that's not it. Put yourself in the seat. Determine what your audience wants to get from your speech. Then ensure you deliver that. Make sure you deliver exactly what you need. So when an event producer or someone who's asking you to facilitate a speech, it's important to understand who's in that audience. You have to ask questions to the event producer to find out who's in the audience, why they're there, what they need to know, so that you can deliver on exactly that. A speech at work regarding your department's results isn't the time for a joke and humor. Know when to infuse humor and jokes, right? They're also not interested in your storytelling skills. What they want are the relevant facts about the task and the job and whatever it is you're reporting on at the time. It is, if you find there is a moment where there's tension in the room, to break the tension, that's okay, but it shouldn't be part of your overall delivery in your speech. Know your audience. Imagine you're an audience member and tailor your speech to that audience. Don't forget to ask questions. It's so key and important that you ask questions and really understand who's going to be in the room when you have to make a speech. All right, number 5, record yourself. Set up a camera. In the digital world, you have the tools you need to do this. Record yourself in your performance. First, listen to it without watching yourself, because I know how hard that could be. I do not like to watch myself and or listen to my voice. And when you do, you're like, oh my God, I sound like that. Ugh. But really do that as you are trying to improve your public speaking, right? How do you sound? Are there too many ums and awkward pauses in your speech? Do you feel like you need to improve on those filler times when you're in a moment of thought as you're speaking? Because we think while we speak because we're trying to remember our speech, right? Take notes on how you can improve. Next, just watch yourself without the audio. Look at your gestures. How do you look? How do you pose? How do you stand? Do you have any awkward or annoying mannerisms? I'm a hand talker. I'm shaking my hand right now and I'm waving my head and I tend to fidget. Do you shuffle your feet or sway back and forth? Again, take notes of those things. And if you feel that is holding you back in becoming a more effective public speaker, change it. In a lot of ways, for some people, those little quirky things become part of their persona and part of their personality. And people tend to expect that, especially if what? You're giving valuable information. You're giving them the content that they are there to hear about, the most concise, the most important information. People tend to overlook all of those things. And again, it could become part of your personality. But if you feel that it is holding you back in becoming the best public speaker you can be, by all means, make improvements in those areas. And now listen and watch simultaneously. What can you improve? Take those notes, right? So you're going to start off and just listen to the sound. Listen to your speech. Listen for those awkward pauses and the ums and the some people. Somebody says I do that often, like, so I try not to do that. It sounds pretty awkward and weird, right? Then watch yourself without the sound, and then put it all together and take notes. Finally, take your notes and make the necessary adjustments and record yourself again. Now, continue that process until you feel you have mastered that speech. That was pretty much the process that I did with my speaker coach by my side, supporting me through the way when I did my TED Talk. Now, the final recording of my TED Talk, all of that stuff went out the window. I was head bopping, eye rolling because I was passionate about what I was talking about. But y'all need to go out on a TEDx website and or go to YouTube and find my TED Talk, How Women Can Rise to the C-Suite. You'll see all the expressions and everything that I talk about. And trust and believe me, I feel like, some of the feedback that I got, that they felt my passion for the content that I was delivering. So I'm a little hard critic for myself, but I'm gonna take it. I take the feedback. Thank y'all. Okay, so number 6, visualize giving your speech. So after you've done all the analysis and review and watch backs, in the shower, in bed, at any given moment, visualize you giving your speech. Visualize yourself standing firm at attention, commanding the stage, commanding the room, right? During those times, just before you fall asleep and just before getting out of bed, it's easy to use your imagination. Imagine yourself giving the speech confidently and skillfully. Imagine the audience responding positively. Give yourself that positive emotional experience. Affirm yourself as the bomb, kick-ass public speaker that you are. Do that every evening and every morning from now until you deliver that speech, or whenever you begin to that process after your analysis. Do that visualization every night. And I mean, I don't know how long you get to have between you knowing you have to do a speech versus you having to do the speech, but this exercise truly does help. It helps me. And that's why oftentimes it is important that you create signature speeches that you could repeat, right? That you could use and reuse, kind of rinse and repeat type of thing, so that you get better. Like wine, you get better with time. Every time you do it, you'll get better at it. Number 7, and our final tip for you to improve your public speaking, is spend some time researching and practicing your skills. There's enough information on public speaking to keep you busy for the rest of your life. Check out YouTube or the local bookstore for information. You could also join, like, Toastmasters is one of a very famous national organization that puts together groups of public speakers to really master the art of public speaking. Why? Because public speaking is just that valuable to any person in their career or business. Again, it helps you develop that thought leadership, and it really puts you in the eyes of people that are looking for the information that you have to share. Remember that public speaking is a skill that can be developed rapidly if you put in the effort. Okay? I know public speaking might be scary, but it is very highly valued skill, right? We admire confident, effective public speakers, and good speaking skills are revered in the workplace. Truly, truly are. A person that can give a great presentation is often called on to do greater and bigger things. It can be well worth your time to hone in on your presentation skills. Practice as much as you can and strive to consistently improve. Not many people make the effort to become better public speakers. And a little work on your part can lift you above your peers. So remember that, guys. That's all the sweet tea I have for you today, guys. If you are in need of more strategies to advance in your career or business, you're in the right place. You can hire a personal coach. Joining a community of like-minded individuals pushing you towards your goals is another way to get support that you need. The Her Sweet Spot SuiteMasters membership will do just that for you. We surround you and match you with like-minded people on similar journeys. Go to hersweetspot.com and learn more on how to join. I wish you so much success on your journey to becoming an outstanding public speaker this year. I thank and love you guys for listening. You know how I like to end each show. Until next time, remember, when we empower each other, we all rise. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Her Sweet Spot Experience. Make sure to visit our website, www.hersweetspot.com. That's her, SUITE, spot.com, where you can become a member of our growing community and get great content for your life and business. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. We are your strategic partners to grow your business.